Hey, good morning, whole junior high learning community. Happy Friday, Mr. Knighton here. Let's go ahead and jump right into this week's announcements. As always, we kick off with our word. My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. Again, our humanity is bound up in one another's, for we can only be human together. Faces around the junior high, we have a lot here, and I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. We had a really exciting week last week here at the junior high. I want to give another big shout out to Mrs. Olischek up here in the corner. Dr. Hornak popped over last week to announce to her and her students that she is the recipient of the whole Business Alliance Outstanding Employee of the Year. So that is a huge, huge, huge honor. I know for us here, it comes as no surprise because Mrs. O is just a phenomenal teacher and a great human being and a leader of our youngest learners here. So we see all that she does day in and day out, but for word to get back to the Business Alliance and for them to recognize her as the Holt, Outstanding Employee of the Year, that is just truly phenomenal. So shout out to Mrs. O. Her students were thrilled to have her being recognized, and it's always a joy to have Dr. Hornak in the building, spreading his positive energy too. So speaking of people in the building last week, we had our career pathway day. We did put those photos up on social media. They're on our Facebook page. We had, I think it was almost 40 professionals throughout the area, Holt, the greater Lansing area. They came in and they talked to our young people about their profession. So it was really neat, afterwards to be able to talk to students and kind of pick their ear to find out, like, hey, what are you thinking about professionally? And I had some great conversations with some students that, for being only 13, 14 years old, they already have a pretty clear vision as to what their path is going to be. So we really just appreciate the community support. Thank you again for everybody that came out and for the young people that came out to learn. It was just a great, great, great day. Let's see, what else do we have here? We also posted this on social media. Our Science Olympiad team competed this past weekend at States at Michigan State University. I believe they placed 8th out of 60 teams, so that's truly amazing. These are two of the students that are on the team, and then Mrs. Coppin, she's one of the coaches. Popped in and checked them out for a little bit, and that was really neat. And then we also had Earth Day was that last week? Sheesh, that was last week. Time is just blowing by. So we had our staff. They all wore matching shirts. I didn't get in on it. I think I missed the deadline to turn some things in, and I love the color purple, so I totally missed the ball on that one. But shout out to our teachers just for looking amazing and coordinating. And then we had Mr. B down here. I believe he popped in on some students that were preparing for the musical with their costume design, and he is wearing one of the costume items that you guys will see very, very soon here in our musical. So it's just a picture he took with the students. And last but not least, there was a group of students that last week, when I'm in the cafeteria, which I love being in the cafeteria, but they're always like, Mr. Knight, buy me a cookie. Can I get a cookie? Can I get this? And I made a quality dairy run last week and bought a lot of cookies and called some of them down, and then I'm gonna do it again this week to get with some more of them that are asking about, can I get a cookie? Honestly, I don't mind. Just the energy in our building is such a joy. It's so positive. That doesn't mean that there's not areas of growth and opportunity, but we definitely have an amazing time down in that cafeteria. So it's my way of giving back for all the positive behavior and the great energy that we see in this place. So faces around the junior high, y'all know one of my favorite things to do every single week is to talk about our people here. All right, Shrek the Musical, I just mentioned that. It's coming up May 15th through the 17th. So that first performance will be on Friday at 7 o'clock. That's here at the junior high. There's a Saturday performance at 7 o'clock as well. And then Sunday is the final performance. That'll be at 2 o'clock. We are doing a preview for our students here on May the 12th. And we're also inviting over Washington Woods. They're going to come over during the school day. But that's for us. It's our way of showing our students here what the musical is if they're not able to make it out. But the expectation for you, as the viewer here watching this video in our community, we need you to come on out. So May the 15th through the 17th, 3 different performances. Please come out. You will not regret this ticket purchase. You will regret if you don't come, because it is quite the show. Every musical that I've been to here has just been outstanding. So come on out, check it out. All right, parking lot update. This is super important because we are getting ready to bring in people and do our building. So keep in mind, there is construction, so I would strongly encourage for the events to get here as early as possible. And then in the event that this parking lot is full here, these are our overflow parking lots, which are accessible from Sycamore. They are in between our building and Sycamore Elementary School. If you park there, there's a walkway that you can take all the way around and into the auditorium. So our overflow parking lot will definitely need to be utilized for our upcoming events, because we are anticipating a packed house. Speaking of events, well, an event is here every day, which is school. Let's make sure we're on time. But speaking of events, we have a, disregard where this says musical, we have a Holt Junior High Sports Night coming up on the 27th of May. It's here in the junior high, in the cafeteria. It's an opportunity for you to come in and get more information about our different athletics, or our different athletic opportunities here in Holt, between the junior high school and the high school. So that is from 6:30 to 7:30 in our cafeteria. And as I said, that's on May 27th. Just to skip back here real quick, for our yearbook parents, or I'm sorry, for our 8th grade parents for yearbook, if you are interested in, these are super cool too, y'all, so send them in. If you are interested in sharing your student's baby picture or any recent photos of your 8th grader, for a video that will be shown during farewell dance, you need to get those in by May 13th. You're gonna send those over to Mrs. Yerke. She is our yearbook advisor. So again, 8th grade parents only, because the farewell dance is only for 8th graders. Kick those pictures over to Mrs. Yerke, and she'll put together a slideshow for your 8th grader. All right, let's see, what else do we got? 7th graders, you have a field trip coming up on May the 29th. You guys are going to go see a movie at Celebration Cinema. As I say every week, I believe you are going to go see the new Mario movie. But there are requirements. You must be passing 4 out of 6 classes, 6 or less tardies, no suspensions, and 3 or fewer detentions. So that's going to be a really fun opportunity on May 29th. That's a Friday, to get out and go check out a movie with your peers. All right, spring testing. We are still in that testing window, but we're wrapping up. Today is the last day. Next week there will still be makeup, so if anybody missed it this week, we'll be doing makeups next week, which is crazy to say that we are in the month of May. Like, wow. Happy first of the month. This is exciting. There's a special person here that has a birthday this month. Actually, a few people that have a birthday this month. But we won't say any names, because once you get our age, we don't necessarily like to announce our birthdays like that. But shout out to all the May birthdays, and happy first of the month to everybody that is watching this video. Next week, we are running an A and B schedule. And then our junior high calendar, as I said, we're moving into the month of May, which is really honestly one of our busiest seasons here, well into June, with just a lot of celebrations, from the musical to the award ceremony. Field trips. Our 8th graders went on their field trip the other day. We have a 7th grade field trip coming up. There's just a lot going on in the month of May. So it's a little busier, so please check the calendar. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Junior high clubs and activities. This has been updated. Like I said, there's a lot going on. There's some concerts, musicals, choir performances, things of that nature. So please give that a look. And then we have a word of the week to take us home. This is from Anatoly, France. I saw this one the other day and I thought it was cool, because we're talking about teachers, and next week is Teacher Appreciation Week. The work that our educators do here, I don't have the words for the energy and the commitment and the heart that they put into everything that goes in our day. But I like these words right here, because I thought it kind of summed up quite well what we do. The whole art of teaching is only the art of awakening the natural curiosity of young minds for the purpose of satisfying it afterwards. One of the difficult things about being a teacher is that we don't necessarily see immediate outcomes. We know it's a slow and it's a gradual process. People use the analogy of planting seeds. We're planting seeds, we're watering seeds, and later on someday they will grow. and it's difficult. But we know that ultimately what we're doing is we're inspiring people, we're awakening something that will come to life, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe down the line. But we work every day with that hope. So shout out to our staff here. We're looking forward to celebrating them next week, like I said, for Teacher and Staff Appreciation Week. We appreciate all of you. We hope you have an amazing weekend. Take care and much love.